Now we will discuss about distance restrictions for FLR. Distance restrictions means minimum distance required to run a hotel and restaurant which is serving alcohol from specific buildings, places, institutions, etc. Under Rule 1C, no license under Sub-Rule 1B shall be granted in respect of any hotel or restaurant which is situated within a distance of 75 meters from any educational or religious institution or bus stand, station or bus depot, or from the boundary of any national or state highway. This sub-rule shall not apply to existing hotel or restaurant for which a valid license in Form FL3 is held by the manager. Also above rule does not include private coaching institution. Religious institution has to be managed by a public trust registered under Bombay Public Trust Act 1950, and any other religious institutions has to be specified by state government. Distance is measured from midpoint of hotel or restaurant's entry gate to midpoint of nearest gate of the institution. With bus stand, train station and MSRTC depot, distance is calculated from the nearest midpoint of the gate if it has a compound wall. If not, then it will be from the nearest boundary of the station or the national or state highway. Other than a liquor license, there are various licenses required for the bar. Let's see what are those. The first one is Shop and Establishment Certificate 2017. The new Maharashtra Shops and Establishments Act came into effect December 20, 2017. The 2017 Act replaces the Maharashtra Shops and Establishment Act of 1948. The Act introduces significant reforms for the employment conditions for workers in the following areas: hours of operation, working hours for women, protection of women, overtime, holidays and leave, welfare of workers. The Shop and Establishment Certificate is issued by Labor Department of State of Maharashtra. Then there is Fssai license. Fssai means Food Safety and Standard Authority India. As per Food Safety and Standard Authority Act 2011, Fssai is responsible for protecting and promoting public health through the regulation and supervision of food safety. Then we have outlet permission. The restaurant owner has to apply for the outlet permission certificate under the city or state police headquarters. The city police commissioner is authorized to grant this certificate. In the most of the cities, the applicant can apply through online process. Next one is alcohol storage license. You will require this license if you intend to store any highly flammable goods on your premises. Then there is Naukernama. It is government certificate provided to the employee from the employer which states that the particular employee is eligible and fulfilling all the requirements as per laws and regulations of Maharashtra Excise Commission. Next we have permitted hours license. Certain businesses in Maharashtra may now stay open 24/7. This includes movie theaters, restaurants, financial institutions, medical practices, and retail outlets. The Act excludes any establishment which sells alcohol or cigarettes from remaining open past existing deadlines. Then there is the Standards of Weights and Measures Certificate. This is to establish standards of weights and measures, to regulate trade or commerce in weights, measures, and other goods which are sold or distributed by weight, measure or number. Next is Health Trade License. The 11th Schedule of the Municipal Corporation Act, 1957, specifically deals with health and trade licenses. This was created taking into perspective the health of the general public. It validates the safety and hygiene norms of the restaurant. This is generated either by the state municipal corporation or the state's authorized health department. Then there is Grading Certificate. Grades on licenses is the health department's hygiene and food safety scoring program that displays the results of food premises annual inspections in letter or digit grade format. Next is NOC. A no objection certificate is to be granted by the State Fire Department, Police Commissioner, Municipal Corporation, and Traffic Department after the verification of premises. A restaurant which is due for construction must obtain the certificate before beginning with the construction process. Then we have Environment Clearance Certificate. This license is provided by State Environment Impact Assessment Authority and NGT National Green Tribunal. A restaurant must give due importance to the protection of the environment, and must act in a manner which doesn't cause distress to the surroundings. Hence, a no objection certificate may need to be procured from the locality's pollution control board. Next we have Music License. This license is required for any restaurant which is providing any kind of entertainment like DJ, orchestra, concert. Playing of music in a non-private, commercial, or non-commercial establishment requires a license, which is being issued by Phonographic Performance Limited, PPL. Nonconformity with this rule could lead to penal consequences. Next is signage license. This license is obtained from municipal corporation or local authorities for legally being able to use posters, graphics, and paintings to market your restaurant in the nearby area. And the last one we have is tax registrations. Every business, including food industry, shall have a PAN and TAN in the name of the business or in the name of the individual in whose name the transactions are to be made. Every person who deducts or collects tax at the source has to apply for the allotment of TAN. Under the GST regime, tax is payable if the turnover of Rs 20 lakhs is achieved. All businesses liable to pay GST shall register and obtain STIN, a unique goods and service tax identification number. A professional tax is levied by the local municipality on the salary paid to every individual. The tax rate varies from state to state. For payment of professional tax, most states issues a registration certificate or enrollment number. Now we will discuss about beverage control. Beverage control can be defined as a process used by managers to direct, regulate and restrain the actions of people so that established goals of an enterprise may be achieved. Various methods like inventory, supply procedures, standard recipes, menu engineering etc. are used in food and beverage management for beverage control. The term bar inventory refers to the processes and practices that you implement to stay on top of your bar's stock by counting and measuring liquor levels to make smarter ordering and stock-keeping decisions. Inventory can be done by using your bar point of sale system. With inventory, your POS also shows you an invoice that tracks where all of your liquor comes from and how much it costs. Standard inventory procedures for taking bar inventory are: start counting at the front bar, then back bar, walk-in storage, or any other part. While taking inventory from cellar or liquor control room, always start with kegs and wine cases first and then liquor and beer cases. Add up your inventory totals for all products. Take second inventory after a time interval of 7 to 14 days. Calculate usage of the entire inventory. Then there are supply procedures like purchasing, receiving, storing, issuing, etc. Under purchasing, main points needs to be considered are: purchase specification prepared for all main items. Purchase orders completed in detail for every purchase made. Purchases are made from nominated and approved suppliers only. Emergency purchases are made through special purchase order. Purchasing results in higher food cost, overstocking, and waste. In receiving, you need to check that receiving should be timetabled in slack period so that quantity and quality inspection may be efficiently carried out. Received goods should be cross-checked with purchase order. Once the goods are received, they needed to be transferred to the appropriate stores. Poor receiving signs are inferior goods being accepted. Short weight of goods are signed. Points needs to be considered in storing are: assigning specific location for each type of good. Maintain the first in first out method. Update bin cards on daily basis and maintain inventory on regular basis. Ensure to follow all the storing manners like temperature, light, humidity etc. Poor storing results in poor rotation of stock, resulting in wastage and poor security. Issuing should take place at set times of the day. Issues of beverages to be against authorized signed requisition only. A standard recipe is a written schedule for producing a particular menu item, specifying the name and quantity of the item to be produced, the constituent ingredients necessary for its production, and its method of preparation. This is the basic information contained in a standard recipe, although it may include such information as the costings of the dish, its nutritional value, etc. Detailed recipe cards are kept in F&B control department for cost and price updating. And the last one to consider under beverage control is menu engineering. Menu engineering is a marketing-oriented approach to the evaluation of the menu with regards to its present and future content, design, and pricing. Its origins are based on the famous Boston Consulting Group technique, a matrix specifically designed to analyze individual business performance in a company with a range of different business interests. The concept of menu engineering requires food and beverage managers to orient themselves to the contribution that menu items make to the total profitability of the menu. It highlights the good and the poor performers in the menu, and provide the vital information for marking the next menu more interesting and eye-appealing to the customers and hopefully more profitable. Menu engineering is a step-by-step procedure that focuses on the three main elements. First one is customer demand, that is number of customers served. Then there is menu mix, it is an analysis of customer preferences for each menu items, which also means popularity of the menu item. And there is contribution margin, an analysis of contribution margin, also called as gross profit % for each menu item. Using a simple matrix, menu items can be plotted, representing their performance with regard to volume means popularity and cash contribution means profit. The four squares of the matrix commonly have names: dogs, stars, plow horses, and puzzles, indicating the performance of items in a particular square. Stars are the menu items high in popularity and also high in profitability, whereas plow horses are menu items high in popularity, but low in profitability. Puzzles are menu items low in popularity and high in profitability, whereas dogs are menu items low in popularity, also low in profitability. Thank you very much. And I hope that the content of this presentation is easy to understand and it will enhance your knowledge of bar and beverage management.